Hello, my dear doll-making friends. Was 2025 a baptism by fire for you too? This was one of the hardest years of my life. As a doll maker, a self-employed artist, a doll-making teacher, we faced family challenges, business upheavals, creative droughts. And yet through it all, I learned 5 gentle but powerful lessons that kept my heart stitching forward. If you're feeling a little weary from your own journey, come sit with me. These 5 lessons might bring you some clarity, courage, or simply the comfort of knowing you were not alone. This is my heartfelt reflection on 2025. Let's begin. Another year under my belt as a doll maker, trying to make sense of it all. Mothering, marriage, moving part-time across the Atlantic, and pouring my salt into these little woolen cloth beings. 2025 felt like only a tasting of what's to come. Maybe something here will whisper to you, I've been there too, and I can overcome it. Here are the 5 lessons that carried me through. Number 1, custom work. The year began, as it always does, with opening my custom doll request list. Just once a year, a small number of spots that fill up quickly. These dolls are made under deeper constraints, they take me longer, they cost more, and they ask for infinitely more soul searching. Yet in 2025, I created 12 beautiful custom dolls. Naval, my only big petite fig of the year, Charlie, Baby Rose, Tilda Marie, Mary Lennox, Elizabeth Bennett, again, she's popular, Jane Eyre, Puck, Alva Novak, and the sweet sibling trio Dylan, Riley, and Peyton. Most were minifigs, gentler on my hands, but still hours of hairstyling and dressing. In a year that felt so topsy-turvy, this steady stream of custom work became my lifeline. When life grew heavy, I could step into the studio, close the door, and escape into a doll's making process. Having my tried and tested system in place, clear boundaries, open communication, creative freedom, removed so much business anxiety for me. It let me focus on what I love most, bringing someone's heart dream to cloth life. I am preparing a whole video sharing these dolls in detail, plus tips for anyone dreaming of commissioning a Fiverr art doll, or for doll makers wanting to create healthier custom experiences for themselves and their customers. Subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss it. Custom work was my saving grace this year, but then came the travel and teaching heartbreak. Little did I know, the next blow was waiting just around the corner. Back in 2024, I wholeheartedly committed to teach at the European Waldorf Doll Seminar in the Netherlands. I'd been waiting nearly a year for my Portuguese residency card, expecting it in February, so I could travel freely by May. Complication after complication, I won't even relieve the details because it still gives me indigestion. But in the end, I had to cancel my appearance at the event. People had traveled far and wide to learn with me in person, and I felt utterly devastated. Some students kindly switched to Zoom workshops with me, and oh my goodness, despite unreliable Wi-Fi, freezing screens, and my own heartbreak, those doll makers powered through with such grace. I'm still in awe of this community, you just play ball. But it wasn't the same, and we all knew it. I gave them all free access to my online courses of their choice, but this experience knocked me off center. I immediately unwound plans to teach elsewhere that year. I simply couldn't bear the risk again. Now I'm shifting gently. This spring, I'll offer a few beginner and intermediate workshops right here in Portugal, welcoming students into my own realm. If the world feels a little steadier later in the year, perhaps I'll venture further in the fall. For now, I'm staying mostly put, safer for everyone's hearts, but then shipping deciding to add its own chaos. If I thought immigration paperwork was messy, wait until you hear about the shipping madness. For 17 years, I've shipped dolls from Canada. A very smooth experience for my US customers thanks to trade agreements. Then we moved to Portugal and suddenly duties appeared when shipping my custom dolls. This summer though, new tariffs hit the world hard. I was back in Canada when it all happened. Our little hamlet only has a national postal service, and suddenly every parcel to the US required prepaid 35% tariffs. I have served huge costs on the baby bats and pocket friends you all loved so much in September. Many EU postal services stopped shipping parcels to the US entirely. Back in Portugal, I switched to DHL for everything, even tiny dolls and wool ones, driving shipping prices sky high, plus custom duties on arrival. Now, every US shipment needs fancy paperwork and my accountant's help. My heart goes out to every maker who wrestled with this in 2025. I know how exhausting it feels and how the uncertainty on your business wreaks havoc on your pillow. This year, I'm making fewer dolls available for open purchase, leaning more into custom work, Patreon, new patterns, and courses. These are safer spaces where shipping anxiety is lower and creative joy is higher. Hopefully, the Portuguese Postal Service restarts US parcels soon. If you felt this chaos too, you're not alone. The real beauty of this life is learning to dance with the ebbs and the flows. And that brings me to the lesson that wrapped everything together. After 17 years as a doll maker and teacher, I've come to trust the rhythm of creative life. It comes like tides, like seasons. There are ebbs and flows in energy, ideas, sales, focus, everything. And when one area brings too much friction, I gently turn towards what flows. This year that meant birthing new jointed animal art dolls, mohair bunnies in the spring, velveteen bears in the summer. Mixing patterns to create Miss Berry and her tiny strawberry velour babies. My favorite dolls to make, the petite figs, Sojourn, Magnolia, Winslow, and Lorna. Exploring new collections through happy trios, like the wool moth fairies in the summer and the peppermints of Christmas. Finally joining forces again with my husband on storytelling projects and new designs. Breathing life back into Instagram and this YouTube channel. You've probably noticed the flurry of videos lately. But other corners gather dust. My newsletter is so dusty I don't even remember where I left it. My website requires an entire revamp and I didn't create a single course all year. But that's okay. As a one-woman studio, no social media manager, no packing helper, no bookkeeping fairy, I can't pour full intensity everywhere at once. Some pots simmer on the back burner, while others boil so happily in front. The blessing of being a solo creator is that I can change course in an hour if my heart calls me on it. No permission needed. I own my direction. So my gentle advice to you as we step into a new year, take time to fill your creative tank. Tidy up what needs attention. Let go where you must, as it only makes room for fresh adventures. Focus where you feel strongest and most called to act. We can't do everything brilliantly all at once, but we can dance beautifully with the rhythm we're given. Thank you from the deepest part of my heart for walking this reflective path with me today. Your presence here means the world to me. It reminds me we're all stitching our stories together, one gentle thread at a time. If these lessons touch you, or if 2025 brought its own fires and gifts, please share one thing you learned in the comments below. I read and reply to all your comments, and it warms my soul to hear from you. If you'd like to journey closer with me in 2026, through exclusive behind-the-scene peeks, monthly live streams, dressmaking tutorials, technique explorations, and our cozy Sit and Stitch Zoom gathering, come join our warm Patreon family. The link is right below. It's a gentle space where we nurture our creative hearts together. And if you're ready for guided doll-making adventures from start to finish, My workshops are waiting with open arms at figandme.com/workshops. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell. I truly believe we have so much beauty ahead, but it's not going to be an easy year. Let's do it together. Wishing you a gentle, inspired start to the new year. With love and stitches, Favs.